What's going on, everybody? Tropical Tim in the Philippines here. And we're here. What? Really? What is that? Come on. You guys know who I am, really? Okay, that's much better. Thank you. All right, so we're here on Rizal Avenue, down by the old airport. And I'm about that. There we are. And today I am at this place called the Blue Pinoy. Yeah, it's the friendliest bar in town. And I thought I'd do something a little different today. And I thought I would interview the owner. And we're going to get a chance to meet him here shortly. Now, this is a bar that is in the tourist area. It's very quaint. It's popularized by many Westerners. And I got to tell you, they have absolutely one of the best menus. And by the way, here's a little cat out of the bag for you. The owner is Australian. He's an Aussie from Australia. And their menu's to die for. The portions are super large. The prices are super cheap. He stands behind what they make. And it's just a lovely place. Now, of course, they play music and things like that. And I'm going to show you another little treat that they have. I'm going to just let you kind of look at the bar here. It's quite nice. They got 2 large screen TVs. It's very comfortable in here. Very cool. The employees are absolutely lovely. He's got some nice ladies that work in here that will take good care of you and not make you wait for a beer and things like that. They have a full kitchen back in there. Hi. How are you? Full restrooms, and look at this. They even have, hi, how are you?
Hi.
They have dart boards because they have leagues, dart leagues, and tournaments and things like that. So it's very comfortable, very nice place whenever you are in Puerto Princesa here in Palawan. And thanks for visiting this channel. I really appreciate it. So anyway, there's a look at it. Very quaint, very comfortable. He goes out of his way, this gentleman we're about to meet, to make you feel comfortable. And it's no worries. I'm pretty sure that's his philosophy. It's absolutely no worries. They open at 11 a.m. daily, as far as I know. And let's go ahead and meet him right now. So I'm going to set up my tripod here. Take off the glasses because we don't need them. Yeah, and here he is. Hey, this is Phil. Hi, Phil. How you doing?
Not too bad. Tim, yourself?
I'm doing quite nicely, thank you. And thanks for the interview.
My pleasure.
So what I wanted to ask you was, first of all, how long have you been here?
In Palawan, almost 4 years. I lived 3.5 years in Manila also.
Okay, so about 8 years total that he's been here in the Philippines. How long have you had your establishment?
I bought this 3 months before pandemic.
Okay, just before the pandemic. So, you know, he had his work cut out for. You buy a business and a couple months later and boom. So how were those days? What did that feel like?
Well, the first 3 months was great. But then once the pandemic happened, people went home. And it was super quiet, ghost town.
Ghost town. Okay, so now this is known, this stretch of Rizal Avenue, as a high tourist area, correct?
Yes, it used to be called the Tourist Mile.
Okay, it used to be called the Tourist Mile, so that's pretty cool. What made you decide to purchase a bar or go into the bar restaurant type business after you've been here this long?
Well, actually, before this, we had a restaurant, American Hen House, which was #1 in Palawan. And once the pandemic started, it was only tourists. So we unfortunately lost that. We had purchases just before then. And this is the expats bar. So luckily, there are enough expats for people to go into.
Okay, so there were enough expats. Now, Filipinos alike are allowed in here. That's not an issue, I'm sure.
Our darts teams are just about all Filipino.
So all the dart teams are predominantly Filipino, so that's pretty cool. So everyone in here is welcome. It just feels like a place that more Westerners would come to congregate, talk, meet, whatever. and get lovely service from a bloke like this. So you can't beat that. So what are some of the pitfalls that you've encountered in being a business owner, or specifically a bar restaurant owner here in Palawan or the Philippines?
Unfortunately, here in Palawan, they run out of stock regularly.
Okay.
And so keeping your menu simple is the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
Once you start making it too wide, I guess, the supply might be there one week, might not be there the other week.
So it's a supply chain issue, and we all know what that means, right? We've gone to our grocery stores or do-it-yourself stores or whatever, and what they once carried or had, much like a simple menu board, it's not available today. No fault of the proprietor or those that work here. Real simple. It's about supply chain issues. So what, Phil, if I can ask you, what are some of the more bizarre things you've seen in a business like this?
About a month or 2 months after I had it, one gentleman rode his motorbike all the way through up to the bar, handed his keys in because he was drunk, and then asked for a beer.
You got that right. Guy rode all the way in here up to the bar, handed on his motorcycle, handed him his keys because he was totally trashed, and ordered a beer. I'd like to meet that guy. That's pretty cool.
Cowboy Dave was his name.
Cowboy Dave. Now, obviously, this is a great time to do an interview because this is not your busy moment. But I've seen it. I've been here before when it was just exploding. I mean, you could narrowly get a seat at the bar, much less some of the tables here. So obviously, you do good business and you feature good products, and your service is outstanding. What would you like to see going forward with the future of Blue Pinoy?
Well, we've started everyone with uniforms to try and make it look a little bit more formal.
Okay. Uniforms, yeah.
There's a couple other good places, El Nido and Port Barton. It'd be nice if we got established to open a second and third bar.
Oh, so he's thinking about expanding to a second or third bar. That would be lovely. Can I buy stock in that, or?
Maybe we'll let you. Maybe we'll.
Yeah. I got 20 pesos I'd like to throw in there right now. How difficult has it been for you to do your normal annual, I assume annual paperworks, like your permits and your licensing and things like that? Do you get on with it fairly simple, or does it seem to change, or is it pretty consistent?
It's consistent each year. If you look at the back wall, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 permits. Seventh one is coming. The problem is, for instance, last year the mayor's permit cost just over 10,000 P. This year it costs 16,000 P, up to 60%.
So the mayor's permit to operate this went from 10,000 to 16,000, kind of like that.
That's it.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing, and that doesn't surprise me. Is it fairly routine when you go update this, or is it a struggle, or?
No. I've actually got an accountant that runs and does it for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm busy trying to make sure this runs well. You can't do everything, so I give her the money, the paperwork, and she goes.
There you go. So he's more focused and concerned on actually running the business, and he has others that are probably more in the expert field of getting this stuff done, so he doesn't have to worry about it and go through all the red tape. He'll pay the fees and whatever else he's got to do to get it done, and he's really focused here, and that makes a really good business owner because he's focused on you and me, and that's why it's a good idea when you're here in Puerto Princesa to stop here at the Blue Pinoy, have you one of these, or whatever it is you want. And again, I showed you the menus. The food is, I've never had a problem ordering the food here. It's so much you can't hardly finish it, and it's so inexpensive, and they do a really good job. If you don't like it, he'll fix it, he'll make it right. No worries, nothing like that. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody who wanted to come here and be an entrepreneur that's not from here? Let's say a Westerner. What kind of advice would you give them if they wanted to open up a small independent business?
The usual thing, location is very important.
Location.
Because there's some other places that are most probably fancier this, but in the wrong place, and they're just not getting the passing trade or anything like that. So location is very important. I think having a good, friendly attitude towards the people. Everyone's different, so you get so many different people coming. We have people from, you name the country, they come here. And a lot of people can speak a little bit of English, some speak good English. It's just a matter of trying to do your best to communicate with them with any way you can, and make sure they're happy, so when they go away, they tell someone else.
Word of mouth.
Word of
That's
mouth.
right. That's right. So again, you can tell, he's focused on his customers. Probably doesn't care about anything else that's happening out and around here. He's focused on his guests and his customers. So whatever country you're from, as you're watching Tropical Tim in the Philippines here, you're welcome here. This is a really well run establishment. His staff is lovely and very friendly and outgoing. The place is quite clean, and that's amazing when you think about it's not fancy. It doesn't have a lot of smoke and mirrors and all that stuff. It's simple, it's down to earth, and it's the kind of place you want to come and to meet people and make friends. So Phil, I'm sure later on after I edit and watch this video, there's going to be many more things I said, wow, I should have asked him and should have asked him this. And you know what that means? It just means this wasn't rehearsed. This is off the cuff. I just asked him, hey, can I interview you? So that's cool. But anyway, I'm glad you guys stopped by to join us. Thanks so much, Phil.
Thank you.
You're a lovely man, and I appreciate you having me in here to let me do this for you. And we picked a great time, so later it's going to get busy, no doubt. So with that, I'm going to be out of here. Thanks for stopping by, as always. Peace out. And walang katapatan.